You know what sets apart the top 5K rank is how effectively they can remember volatile points and apply those during the exam and solve those questions. Because most of the students can, solve conceptual and practical questions because these are, logical and easier to retain. That's why what truly gives you an edge among others is how many times and how effectively you revise. So if you want to lock in a great rank, then revision is the key. Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Dr. Anirudh and I secured an All India rank of 2693 in this year NEET PG 2025. So in this video, I'll be discussing the whole uh, revision strategy that I applied during 1 year of my preparation for NEET PG. So watch till the end and I'm damn sure that this video will be really helpful for you. So the main question is, how many times should you revise? According to me, to get an average rank, I think you need around 3 times revision minimum, and to lock in that big rank of below 5000, I think you need at least 5 to 6 times of revision, and I did around 6 times of revision. So in this video we will follow 6 times revision, and I definitely feel that to be really have a grip on all the subjects and solve MCQs very confidently, I think you need 6 revisions minimum. So first, let's talk about your first read. Your first read can be from any platform. This is the longest read. It took me around 4 to 5 months to finish my first read and do my to write down my main notes. So yeah, this will be long, and during this time I think you should mainly focus on making very good notes and also understand conceptual and practical things and start solving your MCQs. The next 2 to 3, the second and the third read must be from your main notes. This you can take around 2 to 3 months, and this you should read from your main notes and makes your concept stronger, because I feel that after your second and third read, you should never make any conceptual and practical questions wrong in your MCQs. Another note I want to tell you is, whenever you're reading from a main note, suppose you get a MCQ wrong, okay, in your second read, mark it in some highlighter, suppose orange highlighter, and when you're doing a third read, mark it in green highlighter. So what this helps is, when you're making a concise notes, which I'll be telling you later, this will help you to take in these highlighted points and put it in your concise notes. Before I talk about my other revisions, I want you to know something called as slot based revision, which I came across and I used it, and it was extremely effective, and it will be effective for you also to make your revision cycles faster and form interlinks between subjects and make your revision cycles more effective. So let's talk about slot 1. Slot 1, I kept physiology, pathology, pharmacology, and medicine. Now, why this combination? See, when you're reading physiology, you understand the bodily processes, and then when you're pathology, you understand what's going wrong in these bodily processes, and when you're reading pharmacology, you understand how to treat these diseases. And medicine, of course, is just the integration of all these subjects, that is physiology, pathology, and pharmacology. And slot 2, I kept anatomy, surgery, orthopedics, and radiology. So when you're reading anatomy, you understand the structure of the body, and then this will help you understand surgery and orthopedics better. And then finally, when you're reading radiology, it helps you visualize better the anomalies or whatever diseases in surgery and orthopedics. My slot 3 was microbiology, biochemistry, OBG and pediatrics, and PSM. So when you read microbiology, you understand all the infections and how to diagnose it. And then when you come to PSM, you understand the public and clinical aspects of these particular diseases or infections. Now then you read biochemistry. So biochemistry, you understand everything in a molecular level, and you understand about nutritional deficiencies and all these what do you call these protein deficiencies, then all these carbohydrate protein cycles. So this will help you both in understanding community PSM better, and also pediatrics, because pediatrics also you understand all these deficiencies and nutrition deficiencies and nutritional aspects. Okay, so OBG and of course pediatrics is more about maternal and child health, so it helps, fits in together properly. My slot 4 was all minor subjects like ENT, ophthalmology, psychiatry, anesthesia. So these are all minor subjects, and this you can do in the last. And if you're worried, if you're thinking that how to approach these slots, I would say go randomly, but the slot should be the same. You can go from slot 2 to slot 1, then slot 3. That's okay. It depends on your revision cycles, how you're planning, and which you are more bad at. So you should take the slot which is very you're bad at. Suppose you're bad at OBG. I was very bad at OBG. I was very underconfident with OBG. So I should start with slot 3, then come to slot 1, and then lastly I used to come to slot 2, because slot 2 I was more confident. I was very good at anatomy and orthopedics, so I should take that last. Then I used to do minor subject, that is slot 4. So the order can be anything, but follow the slots. So coming back to my revision cycle, this one, next 3 reads, that is read 3, read 4, read 5, and read 6. So these must be from concise notes. So concise notes is basically your notes you will be making from your main notes. I don't think you can read the whole main notes, because in concise notes you should be very fast in making your revision. So concise notes, what you should include is the highlighted points, that is the highly volatile points which you are underlined in the main notes. You should include that. PYQs, so if your PYQs and PYT should be there, and some are must know topics, like some classifications, some surgical stagings, which even though it's not a PYQ, it's not a PYT, you must know, because it can come anytime. So this you must include. And I think what should be the timeline for this reading your 4, 5, and 6th read. I think it mainly depends on how close you are to an exam. So suppose you have 4 months, or you have 3 months, it depends. So if you have 3 months, then you should make your revision cycles faster, or if you're in have 5 months, then it can be a little more extended. But make it a point that each revision cycle should be shorter than the previous one. So it shouldn't be the same length. I think it should be shorter and should be faster. So I want you guys to know something called as brisk reading. This I want you guys to use when you're doing your concise reading, that is your last 3 revisions. See, what is now brisk reading? Brisk reading is like reading a newspaper. It should be very, very, I think it should be a little bit passive. You shouldn't sit and understand and spend a lot of time on your particular notes. So it should be like you should brisk through all the pages. Like I think you should focus more on quantity rather than quality now, because you are trying to convert the volatile points from short-term memory to long-term memory. So whenever you're reading your last 3 read, very brisk through your notes. So don't actively read, let it be a little bit passive. And don't worry, you might think, oh, if I'm not reading actively, I might forget, or when I'm doing my next revision cycle, I'll be a little blank. No, it won't be. It goes through very fast, because you're more focusing now on quality. You have to finish those last 3 reads faster, so that you remember those volatile points even more strongly. Finally, after you've done with last 3 cycles of revision cycle, then comes your last 12-day read. So I think last of the 12 days, the last 10 days, you should do it from your concise notes, and then 2 to 3 days before an exam, you should do it from your 20th notebook. Now I won't be talking a lot about concise notes and 20th notebook. If you want to know a lot about it, you can check out my description. I've pinned 2 videos where you can get to know about how to make your 20th notebook and how to make your concise notes. So I'll be telling how to plan each revision cycle. So I would highly suggest that combine a big subject with a shorter subject. For example, if you're doing pathology for 5 days, you can combine ENT for 2 days and ophthalmology for 3 days. So each day how you should schedule yourself. Suppose you're reading 12 hours a day, 8 hours you should give for a big subject, that is pathology, and then the next 4 to 5 hours you should give it for your shorter subjects. So what I used to do is I used to read 8 hours pathology daily for 5 days, and then 4 hours I used to give it for ENT and ophthalmology, ENT for 2 days and ophthalmology for 3 days. Now what this helps is it helps break monotony, improves your concentration throughout the day, and speeds up your revision cycle. So I would give you a tip is that daily start your day with 50 MCQs from a random subject. So I gave an example that I'll be doing pathology, ENT and ophthalmology. Start your day with other subject like anatomy, psychiatry, whatever it is. Start doing 50 MCQs from a random subject, so that you keep in touch with the subjects which you've already finished reading or you'll be reading, so that when you come and read that subject, you don't feel lost and you'll be like, shit man, I don't remember anything from this subject and all my revision was for a waste. So when you start from 50 MCQs per day, you'll be in touch. And also I'm telling you, 50, just don't solve 50 MCQs, solve those 50 MCQs and briefly if there's any extra point, write it down in your notes. Also you have to look at the answers and see whether you got them right. So the reviewing of the MCQ should be done, not just random solving. This will really help you keep in touch with the coming subject. Another thing is, while you're revising, you might come across big topics or things which you think you can't complete it in this particular day. So I want you guys is to micro divide your topics, your big topics. Suppose you're reading anatomy for 5 days and you come across classification of synovial joints. So synovial joints, you have ellipsoid joints, ball and socket joints, and then saddle joints, and etc. So what you can do is, day one you can read ball and socket joints, what are the examples, before sleeping again revise it, and the next day you can read saddle joint, what is it, and then you can read ellipsoid joint. So by the time you reach your 5th day of anatomy revision, you might have completed all those joints and you will retain it better because you're giving less load on your brain. So always I tell you is micro divide your topics. I personally don't like sticky notes because I used to never refer to them. So what I, after few revisions, what I did is I used to never sticky note any topic. So I used to take if suppose I'm forgetting a topic very often, so what I used to do is only that topic I used to write it down, revise it for 2 to 3 days and check it out, because I know I'm not going to refer it back. So a lot of you guys will be like sticking a lot of sticky notes on your wall and you'll be never referring it to back. So what I would say is, don't overcrowd your brain. Just take one topic, write it down in your sticky note, revise it for 2-3 days or whatever times you want to revise. Then once you have you have a grip on it, then check it, and next topic, write it on your sticky note, then again revise it. So this will help complete that task. And for a lot of you guys who are not referring back to your sticky notes, you can follow this. I always preferred Picnomics better than Mnemonics, because I used to make a lot of Mnemonics, but in the later when I started revising, I got to know I was forgetting even the Mnemonics. So this becomes very extremely difficult if you don't remember during your exam time or when you're solving MCQs. It's very frustrating. So I would suggest is always prefer Picnomics better than Mnemonics. For example, you'll be seeing in the screen that for cannula size, see the lava is orange, and for soil it is gray, and for the grass it's green, and pink is flower, etc. So when you read this diagram for 2 to 3 times, you'll automatically remember it and you don't have to by heart it also. So this saves a lot of room in your brain. So you can also make Picnomics of your own. So suppose I told you about anatomy, the joints. So synovial joint, if you can make a diagram of a human body, and then okay, this synovial joint is in the this ball and socket joint is in the shoulder, and another is in the hip joint. So you can just circle it down, and you can put it in your study table or wall, and you can see this 2 to 3 times, and this will make a visual image of that particular topic. Talking about visual memory, I am a big visual learner. So what I used is taking screenshot of particular images. For example, this I come across a radiology image in an MCQ or a grand test. I used to take a screenshot of this and write 2 to 3 points about it. So like this, taking screenshot and writing a short note, I accumulated by my third read. I accumulated almost 1,000 images of various subjects, and I categorized and sorted it down into different subjects. And after each subject revision, I have to go through these images, and this acted as a rapid revision, and it made my visual memory of particular concepts and topics stronger. And another big point is, don't be demotivated if your revision cycle doesn't go on point, because as humans we always underestimate our this one revision cycle. We think we'll finish it in 5 days, but we might take even 2 to 3 days more. So it's okay. Don't feel demotivated, and don't feel, oh my god, I'm taking so much time, my revision cycles will not get completed. It will get completed. It's okay if you're taking more days. Just think it, take it as that you're diving deeper into it, and you might take lesser time in the next revision cycle. The main thing is to stay consistent and to progress daily. So if I want to summarize my video, I would say that 6 times revision is minimum. Okay, then progress from your main notes, your concise notes, and then 20 in notebook. Then combine big subjects with shorter subjects, and always start your day with 50 random odd MCQs from another subject which you're not reading, and be consistent. So that's it, guys. This is my revision strategy I followed for revising my subjects. So if you got little value from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and a lot of other videos are coming up for NEET PG preparation. So click that notification button, and see you. Bye bye.